A very good evening, everybody, and a real treat for us here on BT Sport tonight. We're in the Bernabeu in Madrid. The Copa del Rey has reached the semi-final stage, and for Real Madrid and Barcelona, perhaps the draw they least wanted in truth. But here they are, the most classic of classic rivalries set to be renewed. The first leg tonight, the second leg scheduled for the first week in April. In the interim, Barcelona seeking to protect and build their lead in La Liga. Real Madrid may well be eyeing the UEFA Champions League last four by then. I'm afraid for Liverpool fans it's hard to deny that they do look on their way.
Es el momento de levantar las cartulinas en el fondo sur para recibir a nuestros jugadores.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Santiago Bernabeu Stadium for the first leg of our second semi-final of the Copa del Rey, and we have a Cup Clasico for you. Real Madrid against Football Club Barcelona in the Santiago Bernabeu Stadium. Third meeting of these two sides this season. Third, and there'll be 6 of them, the way things are going. Real Madrid fans in the Bernabeu displaying that mosaic behind the south goal. And well, it comes moments of certain controversy for Football Club Barcelona. We'll discuss that a wee bit later as the game goes on. Suffice to say, it does involve referees. So that man there is not going to have an easy night, I don't think, Mr. Montero, for no fault of his own. 3-1 Real Madrid beat Barca in October in this ground in La Liga, in the Liga Santander. 3-1 Barca beat Real Madrid in the Super Cup in January in Riyadh. Very easy win that was as well for Barca. And yet the ebb and the flow of football means that all of a sudden Barca, there's a few question marks over them. Lots of injuries. And they lost at the weekend. For Real Madrid in goal, Courtois across the back, Carvajal, Militao, Rudiger and Nacho. Mr. Dependable at left back. In midfield, Camavinga, Modric and Toni Kroos. Up front, Benzema, flanked by Vinicius Jr. and Fede Valverde. As I say, Jose Luis Munuera Montero, 39 years old, will very much be in the spotlight this evening, after a story broke last week about Barca making payments to the former vice president of the referees committee over a long period of time, supposedly for technical reports. Barcelona up with Ter Stegen in goal, Araujo, Koundé, Marcos Alonso and Balde, Kessie, Busquets and Frenkie de Jong, Rafinha, Ferran Torres and Gavi. We'll have to see how they line up. Just to let you know, Andres Christensen, a late absence for Barca with a knock on his ankle, which is why Marcos Alonso will step in at central defence. No Pedri, no Dembele, no Lewandowski for Football Club Barcelona. And Xavi Hernandez has deemed that Ansu Fati, who had a knock on the knee which kept him out last weekend, is not fit enough to start. We'll have to see if they play with an extra man in the middle, Barca. So, Munuera Montero ready, and away we go. Real Madrid, all in white. Barcelona in their traditional Blaugrana. Remember, the return leg for this Cup semi-final will be on the 5th of April in the Camp Nou Stadium. First semi was played last night. First leg ended 1-0 to Osasuna, at home to Athletic Club. That sets up a bit of a barnstormer in San Mamés, but straight away here come Real Madrid. It's Luka Modric into the side, netting. 30 seconds gone. Don't think he's offside either. Well, in the end, it's decent defending by Koundé, who used his pace to get back. Just did enough to force Modric wide. I think Barca can be grateful that was Modric rather than somebody a little bit quicker. Ter Stegen to Araujo, who absolutely flattens Nacho. Linesman's given it late, but he has given it. Once again, Barca opting to put Ronald Araujo as a right back tonight. Obviously, normally plays in central defence, but they reckon his pace and speed is a good defence against Vinicius Jr., who is obviously on the left wing for Real Madrid. Right into Nacho, so filling in because David Alaba has a muscle problem, as does Ferland Mendy. So no natural left back for Real Madrid, but Nacho has filled in all the way across the back during his career. Still not signed a new contract. The number 6 for Real Madrid. Has been a tremendously good squad player for them. There's Koundé. A slightly strange-looking Barca defence today. Obviously, all pretty much regulars, except for maybe Marcos Alonso. Koundé sometimes plays on the right, playing in the middle today. Araujo, who normally plays in the middle, today playing on the right. And the youngster Valde, who's looked very impressive this season since breaking through, playing left back. Xavi Hernandez. Obviously in the league last year, Barcelona won 4-0 in the Bernabeu. Didn't seem to be a sign that it would all be going tickety-boo for Barca with Xavi. And to be fair, they are vastly improved, at least in the league, under him. 59 points after 23 games, which is 21 points more than at the same stage last season. However, they went out at the group stage of the Champions League and at the first hurdle in the Europa League. Well, you probably saw them lose to Manchester United last Thursday, a week ago. Valverde, once again, Modric finding space. Busquets getting back. Sergio Busquets, by the way, making Clasico history today. The Barca midfielder, 34 years old, playing his 46th Clasico. Tell you what, the significance of that in a minute, as Real Madrid continue their attack. It's Camavinga, young Frenchman, starting to show the reasons why Real Madrid bought him from Stade Rennes. Benzema once again, Modric. Valverde to Carvajal. Again, Camavinga. Rudiger. Anthony Kroos. Looks for the nutmeg, Vinicius. Takes the free kick quickly. Just a little bit late on Nacho, while the ball goes back just quickly. Busquets, 46th Clasico. That means he has played more Clásicos than anybody. Leo Messi had played 45, and Sergio Ramos had also played 45. So Busquets won more than those two. Ramos, who's obviously now at Paris Saint-Germain, who last week announced he was retiring from international football. Although, to be fair, to all intents and purposes, he had been retired. New coach from Spain, Luis de la Fuente, saying, I think I'd rather go for younger players. To be fair, Ramos hadn't played for Spain for the last 2 years anyhow. Speaks quite a bit, I think, of de la Fuente that he took the time to call him. Rafinha gets caught. Slightly ungracious letter as well. It was from Ramos announcing his international retirement. This goes to Marcos Alonso. He came through the Real Madrid youth system, the former Chelsea defender. And Bolton, let's not forget. Father, also called Marcos Alonso, former Spain international, sadly passed away last month. Modric being pursued by Busquets, and there's Valverde. Has the option to drop deep and then surge forward, and this is what Barca have to avoid. But what Madrid are looking for, Vinicius finds the ball in space. Lovely little turn there to get past the first challenge, but the finish is a little bit disappointing. It's Frankie de Jong getting across to provide a bit of defensive cover. Well nodded down by Ferran Torres. Just looks as if he's recovering his form after the World Cup. Torres, 23 years old, celebrated his birthday yesterday. Rafinha forcing the first corner of the game. For Barca, Nacho gets in front, former Leeds United man, of course. He's done reasonably well as well since Dembele picked up his muscle problem. Not a great corner. Modric has the chance to break. Once again, looks for Vinicius, who can't keep it in. Once again, De Jong. So just a quick reminder as well that this year in the Copa del Rey, as last year, away goals don't count double in the event of a draw. Montero, his record with both clubs. Having a word with Benzema. Here's Barca. He's refereed them 23 times, 17 wins, 2 draws, 4 defeats. Real Madrid has refereed them 13 times, 11 wins, 1 draw and 1 defeat. As I say, referee very much in the spotlight today after these revelations of Barca. Over a period of about 15 years, paid something like €7 million to a company owned by a certain Mr. Negreira, who was a Catalan referee, used to be a top-flight referee, and was the the assistant president or vice president of the refereeing technical committee, which is obviously the committee which decides which referees get promoted, who gets what match, etc, etc, etc. Supposedly that money was for technical reports on on youth team players from other teams, and maybe other information about refereeing styles of his companions. But obviously, if you're paying €7 million to the vice president of the referees technical committee, who, as I say, has an influence on the career of referees, then I think everybody has the right to be a little bit dubious about the motivation, especially because a couple of former Barca coaches, Ernesto Valverde and the assistant of Tata Martino, both said they never saw hide nor hair of any technical reports. Busquets in there on Vinicius. And another free kick. So basically because of that, obviously, you do suspect that every action from Mr. Manuel Montero today will be put under the microscope. Bit of pressure there for Marcos Alonso. Oof. And Real Madrid winning the ball back. Right start from Carlo Ancelotti's men in his first 11 minutes. Barca, in the Super Cup, really dominated it with Gavi having a fantastic match. So far here, you'd say Madrid have got the upper hand. Kessie back to Ter Stegen. Out it goes to Araujo. Uruguayan fully fit again, obviously, after... Yes, he went to the World Cup with Uruguay, but was unable to play a single minute. Kessie shows a bit too much of that, and Camavinga in quickly, wins the ball. Vinicius looks to curl that one in, that's a great delivery, and that is the opening goal. Although the offside flag is up on the far side against Benzema. Let's have a look. Yeah, good decision. About a yard and a half offside, Benzema. All came, though, because of Camavinga winning that ball in the middle. Rafinha does well. Finds Gavi, 18-year-old. Kessie. And Ferran Torres. Very much of a makeshift-looking attack for Barca with Rafinha and Ferran Torres. Goes across to Balde. Youngster can't keep that one in. Out for a goal kick. Well, that's not a controversial decision anyhow. Bit of pressure on Toni Kroos. De Jong. Rudiger, again Benzema dropping deep. He's got 12 goals in 13 matches since the World Cup, which of course he ended up missing through thigh injury, but was fully recovered just about afterwards. Up and down with physical problems this season though, Benzema. Obviously 34 years old, happens to all of us. Once again, Vinicius looking to take on Araujo. Looks for the 1-2, the Uruguayan wins the position though, gets it back to Ter Stegen, who once again thumps it clear. Gets back with Militao. Near Militao, Modric. Dani Carvajal. Little space here for Valverde to run into, once again looking for that run from Nacho. Benzema lines up the shot, takes a deflection, and out that one goes for another corner. Obviously Real Madrid players such as Rudiger, Militao, Camavinga, Benzema, and Nacho, if he's forward, he is indeed big threat from set pieces. Taking left-footed. Barca head on it, but only as far as Modric. Shots blocked. Camavinga chases that one down. Minutes gone, no score in this first leg of the Copa del Rey semi-final between Real Madrid and Football Club Barcelona. Madrid having the upper hand so far though. So Vinicius looks to take on Araujo. That's a decent, well, started off looking decent in the end. Ter Stegen makes his claim. remember, only conceded 8 goals in the Liga Santander Ter Stegen. Eighth of those was last Sunday as Barca produced, certainly I'd say arguably, probably without doubt, the worst display of the season to lose 1-0 away to Almeria. Xavi not happy afterwards. Play on there as Gavi looks if he took the tumble. This time it's Nacho pushing forward on the left. Once again, good work from... This time it's Rafinha getting back. So another corner for Real Madrid. Good defending there from the forward, winger, whatever you want to classify him as. Madrid for the corner. Not a great corner, but it's Gavi who puts it out for another set piece. Referee wants to have a word. There was a little bit of rough and tumble in the penalty area. It's Kessie and Rudiger, Araujo and Militao have their arms around each other. Well, another corner, Ter Stegen comes, gets a good punch on it. There's Rafinha, not really got much available. The furthest forward Barca player at the moment is Jules Koundé. Pressure there on Carvajal. But once again, nicely played out from the back, and there's Modric. Nice play. It's Carvajal popping up in central midfielder. Valverde. This time it's Benzema. Good movement off the ball. Fede Valverde. That's not a bad ball looking for Benzema. But well defended. So looking at Barca, the injuries have really affected their bench today. They have got Christensen on the bench, but he wasn't deemed fit enough to start by the youngsters such as Pedroia, Alacon, Arnau Tenas, Pablo Torre, who's played in a few cup matches in earlier rounds. But it does look a bit thin, the Barca bench, it has to be said. Stats I've got in front of me say Real Madrid have had 59% of the ball so far against Barca, which is atypical numbers for Barca. But certainly with Xavi they are a little bit more pragmatic with the play sometimes. There's Balde. More looking for De Jong from Busquets. Kessie. Cameroon. Marcos Alonso to Koundé. Rafinha. Oh, that's a nice little movement there from the Brazilian. Once again, it's back with Frenkie de Jong. And again, Koundé to Marcos Alonso. Madrid sitting deep, but just marking closely, not allowing Barca any space. And De Jong's been forced back there. Comes out to Araujo. Fails to nutmeg Vinicius. 20 minutes gone, still no score. Real Madrid on top though. Looking well organised. Small. Barca got there place is sold out. Just trying to find a bit of song. A few calls of boos around the ground as Gavi gets clipped. It's accidental there as he and Militao go for that one, just clips his heel. Rafinha and De Jong standing over the ball. No. In the end, it looks like it's going to be Marcos Alonso's going to look to curl it in. Left-footed, perhaps. It's not a bad delivery. Araujo is a bit of a threat constantly from set pieces, but there he is again battling with Benzema, who's done really well. And Madrid launch a counter-attack here. Busquets has a little discussion with Vinicius. Does like to get involved with little niggles with opposition players, although, has to be said, Busquets also a bit of an expert at that. Well, once again, though, look at Vinicius, just goes over and pushes him for no reason. Sometimes you wonder why he isn't popular with other players, with other teams. Balde. Good pressuring from Carvajal. That's good defending from Carvajal. Referee decides it's just that little bit too rugged and gives the free kick for Barcelona. Just goes in behind Ferran, doesn't he? Ferran Torres, who, let's not forget, is the boyfriend of former Spain coach Luis Enrique, and I think you see there that the ball does go out off Vinicius. So again, Barca giving the ball away. Valverde. Gonna look for that ball down the channel from Carvajal, isn't he? He does. There, Koundé reading the ball very well. No handball, whoops-a-daisy. In the end, Carvajal trips over his own feet. De Jong under real pressure there, got out of it very well. And that would have been pretty good in the Six Nations from Vinicius. It was a little bit sort of, I don't know if it was 6 of one, half a dozen of another, 7 of one, 5 of the other. Let's have a look. Don't think it can really complain too much. Nearly pulls his head off in the end. There he is arguing with the fourth official. How can you, I mean, to be fair, if you've just been booked and you're pointing your finger at the referee like that, you're taking a risk, and all of a sudden, Kessie, oh, it's in! Or is it? Offside flag is up against Frank Kessie on this near side. Once again, I'm listening to the VAR, says the referee. And straight away, Camavinga gets his pocket picked. Ooh, that's close, isn't it? Well, I think they'll have a few more problems drawing this line than the line that they did for Benzema earlier on. Guess a little bit lucky with the rebound. And it's a goal. Well, it was really tight. And the Barca fans up in the corner to our right of our commentary position. Straight away, first of all, it's a... Oh, it's so close, isn't it? Is it the Rudiger's back heel that just plays him on? Then it's a great save from Courtois. In fact, is it an own goal? Just looking at that again, is it Militao who puts it into the net? Let's have a look. It is indeed. It's actually an own goal from Eder Militao. Really unfortunate. Nothing he could do about that. But 26 minutes gone, 27 minutes gone, and Barca lead by 1-0. He's a little bit fortunate to get away without a booking there, Carvajal, as well. So 28 minutes gone, Barca. I think it was second best for most of this game. Lead by 1-0. Frank Kessi's shot saved by Courtois. But with the fortune, good or bad, depending on which side you support, but the ball bounced off Militao and into the back of the net. Not an easy game to referee, I say, especially with the atmosphere surrounding Barca at the moment. Just to remind you that away goals in this tournament do not count double anymore. Oh dear. You probably won't have seen it, but before the game, all the players were shaking hands and giving each other hugs in the tunnel. They're not giving each other hugs at the moment. That's a crass challenge, I think it's fair to say, from Gavi. Catches Camavinga on the knee. A yellow card would not be out of order, I think, for the 18-year-old. Decent delivery from Kroos. Not a great clearance. It's with Benzema. A block by Kessi. Gavi wins that one from Vinicius. Benzema, and Vinicius picks himself up and then fires at Ter Stegen. Launches it long and launches it out. Oof. It's been in there, apart from the fact that his defence has been very good this season. Ter Stegen has also been in excellent form, fully recovered from his knee problems. Throw in for Barca. Judging that went out of play off Modric. Araujo, sorry, it is indeed Araujo and Rafinha. Both have very similar colour hair on the tops of their heads, although Araujo is built like a tree. Another free kick. It is getting niggly out there, isn't it? And the level of niggles can be just about measured by how fast Carlo Ancelotti is chewing his gum. So the winner of this tie will face the winner of the other semi-final between Osasuna and Athletic Club. Osasuna took a 1-0 lead yesterday at home, as Abde scoring a cracking individual goal, obviously on loan in Pamplona from Barca, the Moroccan. Camavinga. Modric. Got Nacho available. Once again, Vinicius on the other side, but well, it's fallen kindly for Nacho. Benzema looks for the chance to shoot, does he? The end, it's Carvajal. And that's, well, not a great clearance. And I wonder where that hit him. There's Casillas down in the penalty area. Real Madrid are playing on. It's not a head injury, is it? The referee doesn't hold the play. Just winded, wasn't he? And there is that, the line, which is very, very tight. Just unlucky Courtois there, really unlucky. That, by the way, is the 19th goal the Belgian has conceded in 11 matches against Barca for Real Madrid. Ter Stegen sends it long. Ferran Torres makes good run. Goes down a little bit easily under that challenge from Rudiger. So, just to remind you, there's a month between the first and second legs of these semi-finals. Turn leg of this is on the Wednesday before Easter, which is the 5th of April. 10 o'clock kickoff at night in the Camp Nou, which I think is a particularly good time, a wee bit late, perhaps. Basically means if there's extra time, you're not going to get home before 2 o'clock. Ten minutes left, it's still 1-0. Oops, Gavi losing his feet. And Real Madrid recover possession. So we're very much seeing a pragmatic version of Barca today, aren't we? Not really combined as we would expect them to combine, perhaps with Dembélé and especially with Pedri, youngster. Suffering a muscle injury. He's got another couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks before he's fit. Should be fit for the return leg. So Lewandowski, who hadn't been great since the World Cup, just 5 goals since coming back from Qatar, the Pole, after scoring 18 before the World Cup. He's pulled a muscle. And Dembélé as well, who did put in a shift and a half in Qatar. It's Kroos. Gavi losing out. Lovely work from Valverde. Looks for Benzema. Araujo gets there. Busquets. Still able to just put that little bit of extra control, isn't he, into the game, Sergio Busquets. Still questions about whether he'll sign a new contract with Barca. So I think he's good for another year. Real Madrid recover the ball again. It's a bit of crowded out there, Carvajal. And out he goes to Araujo. Rafinha inside to Frenkie de Jong. If he looks up, he's got options. Here is Gavi. Straight towards the penalty area, the youngster! And that wasn't a bad idea, but just too far ahead of de Jong. It's not a good place to lose out. This time Busquets' his through ball wasn't great. Vinicius goes right into the back of Araujo. Crowd on their feet to complain. The referees either not considered it a foul or given the advantage. Kroos and Camavinga. Nacho. Here's Vinicius Jr. again. Once again, Barca going to keep the shape defensively, just leaving Ferran Torres on his own up front. That's a lovely ball. Benzema, can he turn? So just weight of numbers, not allowing the Frenchman room. Barca, a little bit anywhere will do. Ooh. Once again, Gavi treading a very thin line. Yeah, I think his arms are a wee bit high there. Once again, I think he's lucky not to have been booked so far in this game. He's had 2 that have been very borderline. So far, the only player I've got down as booked is Vinicius. Five minutes left, still 1-0. An own goal from Eder Militao, separating the two sides. Again, Vinicius looking to take on Araujo. Cross, that's a great ball to the far post, and sneaked in round the back. Carvajal did everything right until the moment he had to shoot. Great movement there. Nobody's picked him up, have they? But he puts it high, wide, and into where the crowd will be when this ground is completely finished or remodelled. Once again, Ter Stegen in no hurry to take the goal kick. There's Kessie. To Balde. Needed to be cut out. Ooh. And it's a good header from Rudiger. Barca pressing a little bit high this time. And now Militao brings the ball forward. 4 against 4 for a moment here. A little bit of a gap between midfield and defence for Barca. In the end, it's Frenkie de Jong who gets back. Good work there from Militao. Modric. Looking for options, finds Kroos. There's Nacho. He's got Vinicius outside. Once again, the Brazilian looks to move in field. Nacho stayed wide. Chance to get the ball into the area again. Ter Stegen comes. Not a bad punch, not a great one either. Valverde. Keeper able to control. Not sure if that's a cross or a shot. Anyhow, Ter Stegen. Able to control with ease. A couple of minutes left in the first half. I suppose we'll have 2 or 3 minutes injury time because of the VAR check in the Barca goal. Militao doesn't get past Gavi. Difficult match on Sunday in La Liga. Real Madrid, they travel to play 5th place Betis. Barca at home to Valencia, who are 3rd from bottom of the table. Really in trouble. Well, it's a decent advantage. And Rudiger gets a cross, though. Balde's still down. Was a bad challenge on the full-back. Who's picked himself up. And this time, De Jong. Sorry, Rafinha. Is booked for pulling back his international teammate. Stats I've got, Barca just 36% of the ball. 2 minutes of injury time. Could have had a little bit more because of that VAR check, as you say. So Madrid, can they get an equaliser before we go in? Barcelona are getting lots of bodies behind the ball in defence, aren't they? Ferran Torres losing out a little bit easily there. Rudiger reads that well, and then gives it away to Rafinha, who gets clattered by Nacho. Barca will be quite happy about that. He'll just allow a few seconds to tick away. Araujo. De Jong. And that's gone out for a Barca throw. There's Kessie. And Araujo just punts that one forward. Militao, chance for one more attack for Real Madrid, you'd think, if they look for it, and indeed they do. Valverde and Balde challenging. Fullback keeps the ball in. It's with Busquets now. Once again, Alexander Balde. Still Balde. Might have been offside there against Ferran Torres. Yes, it was. I suspect that will just about be the last action of this first half. Indeed it is. And has had his game, this first half has had its moments of tension. Real Madrid controlling most of the ball, getting the ball in and around the Barca box, not really testing Ter Stegen that much, but in the end, bit of misfortune. They got caught on the break. Courtois saves Frank Kessie's effort. It bounced back off Eder Militao into the back of the net. 45 minutes of this first leg of the Copa del Rey semi-final. Barcelona lead by 1-0 in the Bernabeu. We'll be back after a short break.
Well, from one very exciting football occasion to another, back in Serie A tomorrow night, Napoli against Lazio. Lazio can occasionally hit the heights, and they need to, not just for their own sake, but for the sake of Italian football, to stop the procession toward a glorious title, and who knows what else for Napoli in the next few months.
Paul, I saw them in their initial Champions League knockout game, Napoli. I've got to say, I think they're real contenders. Dark horses, can we call it? But contenders for the Champions League, and obviously champions-elect for the Serie A.
Good in Ancelotti's time there, but now at a different level completely. The half-time break came at an opportune moment for some to just cool down their ardour a little bit, but no doubt it'll get stoked up again as we go here in the second half. Still credited to Militao, the own goal. Last touch off Nacho. Not carved out many other clear-cut chances, Barcelona, but they have stuck to the task pretty gamely here. I know that's a bare requirement, of course.
Well, certainly, even at this stage of the tie, over 2 legs, a 1-0 advantage away from home. The confidence that brings, and the frustration that is building in Real Madrid. They feel that decisions are going against them, the course of the game going against them. Barcelona and this man's team will be delighted to have gone in at half-time 1-0 in the lead, having not played particularly well.
Absolutely right. 2 back-to-back defeats, remember, as well, coming in here tonight. I think that seemed to be weighing on them a little bit, and a complete turnaround in selection terms by Xavi after the defeat by Almeria, with a whole new back four. We know they can all play, and we know they've all played a lot this season, but as a combine it took them a bit of time to find each other's game.
And that's a big call, coming to Real Madrid in the semi-final of the Copa del Rey. Yes, good players, but to be put into that situation and a clean sheet to this point, he'll be delighted, the manager.
I just wonder whether we might see a bit more central role for Valverde in this second half, Clive. He was stationed out on the right here a lot. Eder Militao comes forward. Now, I just wonder whether we're going to see Valverde in that position, where he started there.
I think certainly they're going to try and push Carvajal forward.
Camavinga here. He gave the ball away for the goal. He tried to give the ball there to Vinicius Junior, not quite accurately enough. Goal kick, surely.
Real frustration from the crowd. They feel that everything's going against them. Camavinga, clever forward pass. The last touch from the goalkeeper. That's why they thought it should be a corner, and I think they're right. Have to agree with them.
Stand corrected. They've actually had 2, because Modric claimed a corner, didn't he, with the first action of the second half. Vinicius Junior. No arguing over that one.
Absolutely right, Paul. Valverde's gone more central. Modric has come from a right-sided midfield position. You clearly say that the ball hasn't crossed the line. Ter Stegen side foots it out. Should have been a Real Madrid corner. Just heightening that frustration. But Modric has started left of that midfield position, trying to support Benzema. Valverde higher and more central, trying to support Benzema. Carvajal pushing forward, trying to drag Gavi back now.
This is Valverde into the box already. Oh, Benzema was onto it first. The deflection takes it wide, well defended by Araujo. Vinicius Junior's trying to light up the crowd, but the crowd were hoping it would just nestle in the net.
Really good cutback from Valverde. And then as Vinicius arrives, that's a fantastic block. It really is. Araujo throws himself in the path of the Vinicius strike. Goes away for a corner, but what a block.
Real Madrid seeking to build the pressure early in the second half. Kroos. Rudiger went for it. Benzema chased after it. Kroos took his eye off it.
It's not out. It's not the whole ball, the whole line. And that's why there was derision, certainly from the Real Madrid support at that end of the stadium.
Ferran Torres couldn't collect it. A hard role for him to fill tonight, the absence of Lewandowski. Araujo again keeps Vinicius Junior at bay.
He's doing a good job. And this time Vinicius again, twisting, turning, trying to cross, blocks the cross. Another Real Madrid corner.
The count is mounting up in their favour. Luka Modric with this one.
Gavi and Vinicius squaring up to one another. Gavi now a little shove. He's received a yellow. You just sense it's going to bubble over. It really is. There's nothing in that, Paul.
Nothing at all.
They're coming together. Gavi's unfortunate, but has got a yellow.
He and Rafinha booked for Barcelona. Vinicius Junior is on yellow for the home side. Ter Stegen. Vinicius Junior. This is what he does best. Benzema. Camavinga. Modric. All the craft and guile one could wish for. Carvajal, not a great cross.
Kessie back as well, an extra body defensively.
Valverde, he's up the tempo, hasn't he, with this change, Ancelotti. Modric. Camavinga. Crowd wanted a shot there, it came eventually, but too late.
Yeah, could have taken it on first time. After that first touch, takes an extra couple of touches, and in the end, no accuracy in the shot. But they've started brightly, Real Madrid. They've just sunk a little bit deeper defensively, Barcelona.
Has actually only scored 2 Real Madrid goals, Camavinga. Not that he was prolific in France either, in fairness.
No, he's never been that attacking midfield player that's going to keep running and breaking into the box to get on the end of opportunities. I've got to say, neither of his 2 midfield partners, Luka Modric and Toni Kroos, are not the attacking midfield players that are going to return you, say, 10 goals a season.
I think that was the idea with Eden Hazard, wasn't it?
Which just hasn't happened.
Absolutely. Hazard on the bench tonight. The all too familiar position for him, of course. And only 1 La Liga start so far this season. 1 in the Champions League. And 1 in the Copa del Rey. To get this far in this season's competition, Real Madrid edged out Castareño away from home, 1-0 only. What an historic victory that could have been for one of the tiniest clubs in the competition. Again, less than straightforward against Villarreal. They were 2 down to turn it around to win 3-2, and then extra time needed against Atletico Madrid. Moreover, they needed their top guns to get the goals in that game: Rodrigo, Benzema and Vinicius Junior. Ousmane Dembele, not involved for Barcelona, got the goal against Real Sociedad in their most significant test on the road to the semi.
Joe thought he kept it in the diagonal crossfield pass. He heads it back into play.
Camavinga. It didn't stick when it hit Vinicius Junior. Let's see if it sticks for Barcelona going the other way. Rafinha was trying to wriggle free. And on the halfway line, they concede a free kick, Real, and it's a yellow for Nacho.
Yeah, it's the two hands on his shoulders, pulling him to ground. Poor.
Why did he do that, Clive?
He's got Rudiger covering for him. He's on the halfway line. No need to concede. Alonso with a challenge. Through the back of Vinicius. He hits the ground. Referee waved that away immediately.
Gavi goes over. Nothing for Xavi.
Too easy. Just throwing himself to the ground, Paul.
Barca need to regroup. Camavinga. Carvajal. Full back again. Koundé. Not clear. Alonso did the job. Measured by Toni Kroos to Carvajal. Modric. Little dink with the outside of the boot. Benzema read it, but he couldn't get to it. Busquets.
Alonso and Koundé have done really well in the heart of that Barcelona defence. Torres just can't make it stick for Barcelona, and that's what they need at the moment. Pressure's building.
Eder Militao. Gavi did well.
Numerous substitutions going through their warm-up routines. Which of the two coaches will try to impact their team's performance the first?
Militao again.
As he slipped, he did catch the ball with his arm. It wasn't intentional. Substitutes were appealing.
They're not getting a lot from the assistant, are they, at the moment?
They're not.
But they must continue, and they will continue. Here's Valverde. Ter Stegen at full stretch this time, but still an absolute absence of panic from the goalkeeper. Camavinga, Valverde, Benzema. Barca going deeper and deeper. Carvajal.
Yeah, the pressure's becoming relentless. They can't get out, Barcelona.
Keep ball from Real Madrid. Into the box again with Modric.
But they are staying compact. They are defending resolutely. And Ter Stegen really hasn't been troubled where you would say it's been a clear-cut opportunity for any Real forward.
Could you honestly envisage Barcelona doing this for the remainder of this game, though, Clive?
It's going to take a mighty effort. Ter Stegen there, you can see he's whipping it to the back post for Benzema. Might well have been curling in. Ter Stegen makes sure. You'll see it better from this angle. Might well have struck the post. Made sure did the Barcelona keeper.
Back by Rudiger. Been a spectator for most of this half, Courtois. Valverde again through the middle. First ball into Benzema. Didn't seem that bad.
It wasn't, but Alonso got a really important touch to it as he's trying. Valverde's just trying to roll it into the path and the run of Benzema. Alonso did really well.
What about Ferran Torres? Has he just got to put his head down and keep on working, keep on running?
He has to, Paul. He's got to try and be that outlet for Barcelona. And when it comes to him, hold the play up, link the play, keep possession of the ball higher up the field for his team.
Possession more and more favouring Real Madrid. It's quite close in the latter stages of the first half. Now a significant advantage in that respect. Still and all, in recent years, they've done a lot of their best work without the ball. For example, on those Champions League nights.
Absolutely.
Modric, 2-on-1 potentially, but he hit it himself, and he hit it at Marcos Alonso.
Yeah, takes a duck, as does Luka Modric, and then on the swivel fires the shot in. Alonso could do nothing about it other than just stay strong. As you can see, thunders off him.
Outswinger from Kroos, not a particularly good one. Nobody's arguing that this isn't another corner. Taken short to Modric. Floated in by Kroos this time. Koundé, better header than his last attempted clearance. But they could have done with Rafinha bringing that down.
Yeah, it has to be stronger. He has to keep the ball.
Give away. Again by Camavinga. Rafinha on the run. Goalkeeper Courtois backpedaling. I think Rafinha had a little look to see if he might lob him.
But he didn't deal with the ball, and Camavinga made up the ground after, again, a sloppy pass that was nearly punished. Cruz caught. Is he trying to play that ball forward?
By Kessie. Militao. Nacho left it to Vinicius Junior. Araujo's bottling him up again, but it is a corner.
He's done well, Araujo. It's been a really good contest with Vinicius Junior.
Do you think he moved him out there, Xavi, to play one-on-one against Vinicius Junior, Clive, tonight?
I think he's done a fabulous job defensively. He certainly hasn't carried the threat that we know he's capable of.
Modric. Little flick on by Nacho. Koundé again. Camavinga. Taking on Koundé. Very soon we'll be in double figures for corners for Real Madrid.
Yeah, good defending again. Koundé. I think you've got to be careful that Camavinga doesn't try to come back on his favoured left side. Ushers him to the byline, blocks the cross.
Comes in from Kroos. Rafinha. Frenkie de Jong. Possible breakout for Barca here. Rafinha, he looks a bit leggy.
Yeah, just overrun it. Vinicius does a good tracking back job. Rafinha just trying to run it up the touchline, in the end runs it out.
Just past the hour mark, and it looks like Rodrigo's going to be the first change for Real Madrid. Rudiger. Karim Benzema.
He's pulling a lot deeper ball just to try to get some touches of the ball, get involved in the game.
Nacho. Deflection on the cross. Fullback to fullback. Carvajal, that's Ter Stegen's. Comfortably so.
Yeah, Ter Stegen has been really commanding in his 6-yard box for his Barcelona team tonight.
He'd have a great many caps if it wasn't for Manny Neuer, wouldn't he, Ter Stegen? Here's Marcos Alonso. He breaks over the halfway line. Very probably for the first time in this second half, I should think. Maybe Barcelona believe they've seen off another period of pressure from Real Madrid.
His fellow centre-half Koundé's left his defensive responsibilities.
Headed clear by Eder Militao, but Araujo read it well, attacked it well. Gavi, certainly been busy, the kid. Not shirking the occasion, as we've seen before with him, of course. He doesn't get to play for Barcelona by accident. They've had some time to think about it, and Xavi's going to respond with Ansu Fati in a moment. Vinicius Junior. No headway again against Araujo, with a little help this time from Busquets.
Araujo, Busquets doubles up with him.
And now they're asking a question the other way. No foul. Carvajal in early. Koundé was there. Kessie. Yellow card immediately, as if the referee had a very clear view of that. Elbow out.
Well,
I know what you're thinking.
He pats him in the face. It's nothing more than that from Kessie. He's trying to just use his arm as a lever to protect. The referee immediately issued him with the yellow card. Opportunity for Real Madrid from this sort of angle.
Maybe a new shape now as well, Clive. Nacho, who was on a yellow, remember, has been brought off. And we're still waiting for Barca to make their move as Rodrigo comes on for Real Madrid. Kroos, Marcos Alonso. Valverde missed everything. But did recover well. Vinicius Junior in one, I think, with Rodrigo on there now.
Yeah, Rodrigo's gone on the left. Vinicius is going to go and play closer to Benzema through the middle.
This is Rodrigo. Tried to give it to Benzema. Quite rightly, Ter Stegen just got on with it. Xavi urging Barca up. It has been slightly brighter, really, from their perspective, the last 5-6 minutes, I think, Clive.
Yeah, they have had some possession higher up the field. It's just taken that pressure off of them defensively. Hence the Real Madrid substitution. Matty, you can see down on that touchline, ready to come in.
Roll to Rafinha, promising for Barca. First time cross, too much for Ferran Torres.
Big chance, that really is a fabulous position and angle for him to deliver into the feet of Torres. Just overhits it. Rafinha in a fabulous position, and with that wonderful left foot, he'll be disappointed not to find Ferran Torres. It's going to be his last contribution.
Ansu Fati for him. Again, perhaps the fact he's on a yellow weighing the scales a little bit.
Yeah, the last thing you need, either of the sides, is to go down to 10 men. Camavinga's not happy that the free kick was given against him. Araujo, as soon as he's touched, hits the deck.
Not really threatening from Gavi. The big Premier League showdown on Saturday on BT Sport. Manchester City at home to Newcastle, seeking to make up some of the lost ground to Arsenal in the title race. Chelsea seeking to make up the deficit from the first leg in the UEFA Champions League on Tuesday night against Borussia Dortmund, back at the bridge. Back into the Barca penalty box come Real Madrid, but again Ter Stegen missed a cool.
Yeah, Vinicius again does get this cross in, but Ter Stegen has been so commanding in that 6-yard box.
Koundé on the stretch.
We said about 33-year-old Kroos, 37-year-old Modric. They're just looking a little weary, Real Madrid, as this game wears on.
I hear what you're saying, Clive, but we have heard it quite a few times over the years, haven't we?
Absolutely.
Sometimes quite inexplicably, they have found a way to win when it matters most.
Oh, they certainly have. They're masters at it.
Better spell for Barca. Trying to build something. Might be a 2-goal lead here. Did his own man keep it out? Ansu Fati. Kessie can't believe it.
It's going in. Kessie's shot is going in. He's saying you should have jumped over it. He's tried to turn it in. The substitute has actually cleared it around the post rather than letting the ball run under him, as Kessie's strike was certainly goal bound. What a moment that was for Barcelona to take a 2-0 lead.
Here come Real Madrid with Rodrigo. Not a good ball. Busquets is there. De Jong. It might embolden Barcelona to believe that they can get a second nonetheless.
Well, they've defended the start of this second half with some real resilience, but they're growing in confidence and stature as the game wears on.
De Jong trying to drive in. Forces a free kick, forces another yellow. Valverde.
It's a poor challenge, nowhere near the ball, crashing into the left side of De Jong. As we see this chance cut back brilliantly for Kessie, side foot going in the bottom corner, and Fati turns it wide.
He couldn't do that again if he tried all night.
I think he does try to jump over it, but in the end he gets his feet mixed up and it strikes the outside of his left boot. Look at Kessie, just jump, just get out of the way of it.
Kroos is being withdrawn. Aurelien Tchouameni is the replacement. Militao. Little additional help from Rodrigo. Tottenham Hotspur's return in the UEFA Champions League against Milan on Wednesday on BT Sport 1. And Bayern Munich against Paris Saint-Germain. Talk about being spoiled for choice.
I was just going to say don't miss them, but which game do you go to?
Exactly.
There's drama. There'll be drama in both.
Here's Carvajal. Benzema shut down. To the left from Modric, and now back to him. He looked for the options, at least on an individual level tonight. These players shuffled in this pack by Xavi across that back line, Clive. Look across the line. Araujo, Koundé, Marcos Alonso and Balde. They can all be pleased with themselves, can't they?
They've been very good. They've been very compact. Camavinga caught offside. That will really frustrate Carlo Ancelotti. Should be looking across the line there. You can see he's clearly wandered. The cut of the grass indicates he's wandered 2 feet offside. He's not looked across the line. Just takes all the momentum out of the play, allows Barcelona to push their team high and up the field. Waste valuable seconds as well.
Still in all, 15 minutes for Real Madrid plus stoppage time, more than enough to do something exceptional.
But in the second half, we'll never really threatened, I don't think, to turn it around at the moment. Ter Stegen has been untroubled.
Yeah.
No clear-cut opportunities created by Real Madrid.
Vinicius Junior decided to try to help Rodrigo to burst through then. Valverde, Carvajal's on the move. Into Benzema. Busquets trying to harry him. Tchouaméni. Valverde did unbelievably to get to that. They're all shouting. Of course they'll all shout. The referee completely unmoved by that. Must be out. Mind you, I've said that before in this half.
Yeah, but Vinicius clearly overrun that one on that occasion. This is brilliant from Valverde, and he does keep it in, doesn't cross the byline. But again, Barcelona in the end managed to scramble it away. Busquets challenge, popping it. And in the end, you can sense the frustration building within the stadium. Barcelona are not going to hurry. They've been here before.
That's a giveaway. That doesn't help much. Koundé's had to come out the middle. Held up by Vinicius Junior, and he gets it back from Luka Modric. And Modric! Blocked down by Busquets, and it's all rushed on the end of it by Eder Militao.
They are sinking deeper. The pressure's building once again. Handball. No, right shoulder.
You've been reading the laws of the game again, haven't you?
I still don't understand them, Paul. Certainly the handball rule, anyway.
Well, listen, if you don't, I've got no chance. Still every chance for Real Madrid, of course, to turn this first leg around. Koundé, enough of a header.
not the first time tonight that him and Alonso have made those heady clearances as balls have been played into the heart of that Barcelona defence.
Rodrigo earns a throw.
From an Alonso block. Again, the two centre-halves, their positioning this evening has been excellent.
Modric. Well, if that was a leave, it was very clever indeed as the goalkeeper grabs it.
That was a big call from ter Stegen. That was great confidence and belief from Alonso to let that ball go. Really well claimed. Xavi's not happy that the cross came in. He wants that cross from Balde. Balde to stop the cross down this right-hand side.
Balde going the other way, gets a free kick.
Poor challenge, wins the free kick again. That just heightens the frustration. Another change coming for Real Madrid.
Ferran Torres trying to plough a new furrow out on that far side.
Yeah, Fatty's gone central. Gavi's still on the left. Ferran Torres gone out onto that right.
Carvajal pinged that in by Valverde. He stopped it rather than run onto it and attack Balde. Now Real Madrid probing on the other side with Camavinga. This is Carvajal, takes it down, didn't try to volley that one, did he? Valverde, no way through.
Alonso clears it and then hurries his team forward, bringing them up higher, trying to get some press on the ball.
Camavinga. They need a goal scorer, Real Madrid. Quite urgently now. They're going to look to young Alvaro Rodriguez in a moment. He still waits on the touchline. Eder Militao nearly had it taken off him. Real Madrid throw and back in play before they can make their change by Militao. Carvajal. In days gone by, we would have witnessed a Barcelona team killing a game, protecting a lead if necessary by keeping the ball. This is altogether a different kind of performance in a different era, but it'll be very satisfying indeed if they pull this off for Barca.
Yeah, from a defensive point of view, they really have been disciplined, they've been resilient. And you're right, Paul, they haven't kept the ball in a manner that we've become accustomed to Barcelona's sides over the years, but they're getting the job done.
So Luka Modric, the 37-year-old, the maestro, the leader in so many ways, and the 18-year-old Alvaro Rodriguez, who has already endeared himself to Real Madrid supporters with the goal to save a point against Atletico. Whistle's gone.
Benzema clipping the heels of Koundé. Yeah, just that left heel caught.
thought I saw Xavi as soon as he realised that the youngster, the young striker that is, was coming on. Rodriguez, Clive, immediately signalled to one of the Barca subs, we're going to have to make another change to account for this. They've got a lot of strikers on now. Ansu Fati trying to go the other way and make amends for his own error in that penalty box. Very nearly wriggled free there.
He did, a touch that took him in. And Rudiger has to come across swiftly and concedes the corner.
It's Sergio Roberto who's coming on for Barca. He knows his way around compared to so many of the youngsters, of course. Ferran Torres asked to play an unaccustomed role tonight. Thought he was coming off.
But it was his number that went up. Well, I thought it was. It looked like 11 went up. They must have changed it. Kessie's now making way.
Yes, another on a yellow. He made it happen.
Militao hits his legs off of Courtois' clearance. And it can't be cleared on the line by Nacho. The difference between the two sides tonight.
Not a particularly testing corner, but they're passing all kinds of tests really in terms of resolve tonight, Barca. They couldn't hack it, they couldn't handle it in the UEFA Champions League group stages again this season. In the big picture, in the so-called grand reawakening of Barcelona, blooding a whole new generation of players who can handle it. This will help tonight, one more big step closer to getting back on parity in the big picture with Real Madrid. Of course, they lead them in La Liga by 7 points.
Yeah, domestically, been fantastic. Obviously, in the European competition now exited, their focus will be on this competition along with La Liga.
Militao. Carvajal shut down. Sergio Roberto did that. Koundé trying to get the troops in a line there.
Well, boys, I think it was we thought. It's a tie that's far from finished. But the task made certainly difficult for Real Madrid to go to Barcelona one behind.
Difficult ball for Benzema.
It's been excellent to Stegen tonight.
Well played, Courtois. Barca fans are just about making themselves heard at the moment. He's making himself heard. They continue to do enough to keep Real Madrid off them tonight at least. But I reckon we're in for a rousing finale on and off the field here, Clive. Here's got the noise from the Real Madrid support now.
Yeah, they're just trying to raise the team for that one final effort. Try to get the game at least level.
Tchouaméni. Camavinga. Got away with that one. Didn't for the goal, of course. Valverde. Ferran Torres didn't stop the cross coming in. Now to the other side, Carvajal. That wasn't a great ball. Ter Stegen was tempted to come for it. Marcos Alonso had to go and do it again, and did so. Militao to Benzema.
They have
Back in
worked
play.
hard, Paul. They've closed quickly. They've done the ugly side of the game well, Barcelona, this evening. When you look at the chances created, very few from this Real Madrid side.
Rodrigo now. Hit it well!
Well, worth an effort, because as he comes inside, there's just that opportunity from that touch to give him the angle to strike. I think, again, ter Stegen's got it covered, trying to wind it into that far corner. Yeah, ter Stegen across. He saves that, should it have been on target.
Five additional minutes.
Pushing and shoving two fullbacks.
I knew you'd laugh at that. It's something somebody said here. It's Xavi.
He's been quite animated the last 5 or 10 minutes, Xavi. Every free kick that's been given against his team.
This will please him greatly, though, if they win like this tonight, Clive, won't it? Not every Barcelona team can be a proper Barcelona team, but you need to have the spikiness in your game.
He's having words with Carvajal.
And his players, one way and another, are embodying his own fighting spirit. That's the prerequisite.
And they've had a great spirit, they really have, Barcelona. Balde across well, good covering position.
By Balde. Of course, in the Real Madrid spirit, above all things, play to the very end, find a way.
And in history, how they've done that.
Benzema was preparing to hit that, but he didn't reach him. Ansu Fati earns a free kick.
Oh, that was clever. As soon as he toes that past Camavinga, you can see his arm comes out. There's not a lot of contact, but the most important thing, the game stops. The clock keeps ticking.
Taken by Busquets. Well taken. Ferran Torres getting a bit more room out there. I think he's enjoying himself a bit more, and he might have made more out of that, actually.
He actually slipped to concede possession back to Real Madrid. And then offside. It's been a good contest. There's been, I think, we maybe expected more quality at times in the game, but I think you've got to give Barcelona a lot of credit, the way that they've, as a team, defended, restricted Real Madrid.
Carvajal hooks it in there. Araujo cleared his lines. Valverde. They've defended their box so brilliantly. Ter Stegen has been taken out there. No argument about that one, I don't think.
Well, the in-swinging cross is right on top of Ter Stegen. He does get hands to the cross before there's physical contact. It is a foul. That probably should just about do it for Barcelona. I think it's rare that you talk about Barcelona defensive display, a 1-0 victory, 4 defensive changes from Xavi coming into this game, and those 4 changes have been massive for his team.
Gratifying indeed to do it in this fashion. At least half the job. And having done a lot of the Champions League games over the last 2 years, Clive, the will and determination, which maybe when it came to it was not apparent on the big nights in the Champions League, that will be seen by Barca fans, I think, as a sign of development. Terrific tackle in the corner. De Jong, again, very much to your point, doing the hard part of the game. Gavi doesn't get a free kick. Koundé shut it down well. Right boot of Alonso, not his normal elegant left, but it is now time.
No, just get it out.
Barcelona win another skirmish. Ansu Fati trying to cut across Militao, looking for a free kick.
Overrun it when he needed to keep possession of the ball.
A lot of empty seats. They're going to miss something spectacular if Real Madrid can find a goal now. Camavinga in there, the head of Alonso.
Body of Alonso then to block the cross.
Ter Stegen wasn't tempted. Araujo was caught under the ball, but the ball has gone wide. I think I can see their point here. Their point very clearly is, are we supposed to play until Real Madrid score?
Well, certainly the clock ticked well past that 5 minutes that was added.
And Real Madrid are going to take this corner.
VAR are checking something, Paul.
I think we're going to have to take the corner again. Finally, it's all over. And then again, maybe it's only starting in this cup affair. It hit the shoulder of Alonso. But that really would have been a gross moment of unfairness at the end of this tie. Captivating in its own way. Not a classic Clasico in terms of the football played, but how gratifying for Xavi that Barcelona win this football match in this fashion. They meet again on March the 19th in La Liga, and in the second leg of the Copa semi-final in early April. It's been a bruising couple of weeks for Barcelona, but they have beaten Real Madrid. A first leg lead, a narrow one admittedly, in the Copa del Rey semi-final, and one more small step in the direction of respectability for Barca in a season where their European campaign fell apart so badly. And my goodness me, they put body and soul into it tonight. Courtois had virtually nothing to do in the second half. Real Madrid with so much of the ball, all the corners, but in all honesty, the way they defended their penalty box was admirable. And with that, they go back to Barcelona with their noses just about in front. All to play for, of course, in the second leg. But what a fighting display it was from Barcelona tonight. Real Madrid 0.
Estamos con Sergio Busquets. Sergio, enhorabuena por este 0-1.
Muchas gracias.
Hoy se ha visto un Barça con mucha menos posesión. No sé si este era el plan que tenía Xavi para anular hoy al Real Madrid.
No. Está claro que nos hubiese gustado tener más posesión, más control con la pelota en el partido, pero ellos han hecho una buena presión. A veces ha sido mérito de ellos, otra de mérito nuestro. Pero bueno, yo creo que hemos sabido competir. El equipo ha hecho un trabajo muy grande físico, ha sido muy solidario, ha tapado muy bien el centro y yo creo que ellos, pese a que han tenido el control del balón y la posesión, tampoco han tenido ocasiones claras, sino nosotros con el gol y en la segunda parte otra de Fran que la desvía Ansu. Y bueno, pues una mínima ventaja que nos da para la vuelta.
Después de 2 derrotas consecutivas, una victoria aquí en el Santiago Bernabéu, creo que ayuda mucho a reforzar la imagen del equipo de cara a lo que viene por delante, ¿no?
Sí, pero bueno, tampoco hay que ser alarmistas, ¿no? Está claro que estábamos decepcionados porque queríamos seguir en la Europa League y coger la oportunidad, como tú dices, el segundo partido en Almería de poder coger una distancia más grande. Pero sabemos que esto es muy largo, que hay un gran equipo, que tenemos muchísimas bajas, que quizás a nivel físico nos ha pasado un poco factura estos últimos partidos. Pero bueno, como te he dicho, queda mucho, el equipo va a crecer, pese a que hemos ganado también tenemos que seguir mejorando y competir y trabajar en los errores que hayamos podido hacer para ser mejores, y ahora nos queda la vuelta también.
Y a la última, supongo que te habrás enterado, jugador con más clásicos, 46, ha superado a Ramos, a Messi, enhorabuena.
Muchas gracias, muy contento, ¿no? Es una cifra espectacular, todos los años que llevo, la trayectoria, el poder disfrutar de estos partidos, que para un jugador es lo máximo, y nada, pues a seguir.
Suerte, Busquets.
Gracias.
Hola, 1, 2, 3, 4. Venga.